Cookie, cookie, cookie. We're going to talk cookies. Um, who wants a cookie? I do. I always want a cookie. I love cookies. I like all kinds of cookies. And we're going to talk about a new company from our friend Matt Atchity. Matt was on and we did jambalaya not too long ago. And I invited him back because he has a new endeavor. We're going to find out all about that. And I'm going to give him some ideas on his cookies. He has 16 varieties. I'm going to double that. We're going to have 32 kinds of cookies. Well, okay, maybe not that many. Don't go away because Mark Allen's culinary adventures takes to the air right now. And we are live. If you have any comments or thoughts about what we're doing, please let us know. Just figure out how to sign in and watch us or do whatever it is that you do. And you'll be able to say hi and we'll talk to you in one way, shape, or another. We're going to talk cookies. And cookies, I mean, I grew up on cookies. All kinds. We had oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip were our favorite, Oreos. Let's find out what Matt Atchity, what his favorite cookies were growing up as we bring him in. Hey, Marcia,
Hello.
author. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Did you grow up loving cookies?
I grew up loving most food, but yeah, cookies definitely. I mean, who doesn't
Not,
like cookies,
not
right?
liver, though.
Like chocolate. Like
Yeah, right. But you didn't love like liver.
no, no,
No.
no. But cookies definitely. Oh yeah, kid food is delicious. Cookies and cakes and ice cream. But yeah, definitely, I love a good cookie.
Your background is interesting. Okay, you were executive director, I believe, was your title, something like that, at Rotten Tomatoes, and you did a lot of interviews for Rotten Tomatoes. Carol loves Rotten Tomatoes. They're rotten because you're not there anymore. But um, and you've interviewed a lot of people. Is there any similarity between entertainment, show business, and cookies?
You know, for me, there is absolutely because there is a creativity in making cookies and especially making recipes that I really, really enjoy. Uh, and then the other part is I really like, I love when I get the feedback, right? I love when somebody says, oh, the cookies were delicious. I just sent a big batch to my wife's office yesterday because her company is a little bit of they're one of my test beds. And I sent a bunch of cookies to them yesterday and got really good feedback.
Yeah, I came home. Matt and I had a drink yesterday, and I left in a hurry and came home and went to sleep. I had a bag of cookies that Matt had given me, and Carol came in and said, "Can I have a cookie, please?" And I said yes, and and so she had one. She told me later she could have eaten all of them. That is true, right? All right. We
Well,
had
that's why I
several
put two of each cookie in the
in
bag
there.
for just such
Got
an emergency.
yes. So we usually toast. You and I toasted with beer. I think the last time you were on. I'm going to toast with almond milk, which probably has never been done anywhere in the world. Right? 30
Yes,
calories for 8 ounces. You can't beat it. Right?
I have cran pineapple juice.
Does that go with cookies?
Actually, it does.
Does it?
It does go
Oh,
really well because it's like having Kool Aid.
oh, okay. Yeah. We used to eat cookies and Kool-Aid.
Well, cheers.
But you can't cheer. You can't dunk in yours, but I can in mine,
No, yeah.
right? So, what led you to become a cookie emperor?
Uh, this started about a year ago that I was doing a lot of cooking. I work from home, do most of my stuff from home, but my wife's in the office all the time. So I would be cooking dinners. I, cook 2 or 3 nights a week, and then leftovers the rest of the week. And I
With an
asked her one day,
occasional foray going out.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and I asked her one day, what have I not made in a while, or what would you like me to try? I want to branch
Mhm.
out. What would you like to try? And she says, I really like fresh baked bread.
Oh,
So I went home or I was already home. I went out to the store and picked up some flour and found a recipe online and made some bread, and it turned out pretty good. Um, and so I started baking that and some cake and then cookies because there was a particular type of cookie that Jen really likes. So I thought, okay, well, I can try and make that, and it came out terrific. And I started doing more cookies, and then after a while, she's like, maybe you could start selling these, and that's how it started.
wow. I think that's terrific. I started, I, uh, I bake every couple of months. Okay. And one of the first things I baked was a recipe from Bernard Clayton's bread book, which is onion parmesan bread.
Ooh,
Oh man, was that stuff good. I All right. I gotta wait till it's cooler, cold weather though. It's a cold weather bread, and then recently, because we have a lemon tree, a Meyer lemon tree, I decided to make a Meyer lemon cake. It was the ugliest cake ever made. It was that bad. It was terrible, and but it tasted good. I gained a couple of pounds just looking at it. Um, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know that I've never have ever had it. What the hell is a snickerdoodle?
a snickerdoodle is a cookie that's got cinnamon in it, and then it's dipped in a combination of sugar and cinnamon. So it'd be like a sugar cookie that gets added to that you roll in sugar before you bake it. This one has cinnamon added.
Got it.
It's a very
Um,
autumn cookie,
it's a very
autumn type cookie,
ah
autumnal.
time. Oh, we're we're coming up to that time right now.
Yeah,
We have not had. We live in the almost the same area, Matt and I, in Southern California, the LA area. Actually, Matt, you're in Los Angeles, and um, I'm just outside, as I've said, in the Ventura County area, and we've had a very cool summer for us. I think it was 80 degrees here. It must have been 96 where you are. Yeah,
yeah. It's been pretty warm. It hasn't been as hot yet. We only had 1 or 2 days where it was in the hundreds, and it typically gets a lot. We have more than that.
right. Woodland Hills, by the way, is the hottest place in the valley. I don't know
Oh
why.
yeah,
I my parents moved from our house in the valley to Woodland Hills after I graduated college and forgot to tell me that they were moving. Um, so I guess I couldn't do the laundry there anymore. Um, let's uh, uh, talk about your other job just real quick. Your uncle Ken Atchity has been on the show a couple times. Got mad at me. We made. Do you remember what we made? It had green bell pepper, and I've said this to other chefs, cooks. I don't like green bell pepper in any way, shape, or form. It's icky. And so Ken got mad because or annoyed. And actually, we had another Cajun chef who also got annoyed at the same time. I had them both on at the same time.
Can you
And I
see me
said,
rolling my
guys,
eyes?
yeah, I don't like it.
You know,
So,
green peppers are look. There's people out there that love them. I think they're gross. I I substitute green peppers in anything I make. I use red or yellow or orange peppers. Yes, the holy trinity of Southern cooking tends to be is green peppers and olives. Or I'm sorry, green peppers, onions, and celery. But it is okay to replace the green peppers with a pepper that you like.
and you can't replace, I don't know of a substitute for a celery. I
No,
can't.
that's a tough one because I mean
Yeah,
that always gives it a little crunch, right? I mean, that's what you're
yeah,
getting. That's what the celery is giving you more than almost than anything else.
right. And you know what? Maybe what we'll do is you'll come over, you and Jen, and we'll cook different things together. I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds great.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. I'm going to go to the cookies, but before I do, cookie. Who wants a cookie? I do. Before we go to the cookie, I wanted to mention two things. One of Matt's clients is Robert Rivenbart. He's written The Cloud, and I guess he's working on the second novel. It's been a bestseller, and it's frightening. It is scary, and it's scary because it could be real. And
It's a
Rob,
little too close.
yeah, it is so close.
Yeah.
And that is from Story Merchants, where Matt works with his uncle Ken. All right, I wanted to give Ken a plug so he'll kind of forget the green bell pepper stuff. So, all right, I'm going to reach into this bag and pull out a cookie, and I've got an oatmeal raisin. This was, as a kid, this was one of my favorites. I'm going to move that there so we can see. These are how the cookies come. And by the way, uh, if you want to order some cookies, you can. Um, I'll show you where. You just go to bring up Matt's name, and it's who wants a cookie la.com. Who wants a cookie la.com. I got to tell you, this is a deal. This is like the bagel people, because you buy at Western Bagel, you buy a dozen bagels and you get a 13th one free. That's what you're doing, right, Matt?
Yes, the baker's dozen.
The
Uh,
baker's dozen,
you
right?
have to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there is a national chain. I'm having trouble. There's a national chain, and I think these cookies are about the same size. Now, this is that doesn't look pretty. There, that looks pretty. This is an oatmeal raisin. There's actual oatmeal in this, and I'm going to eat it. Mm. Raisins, too.
Raisins too.
Mm. Cinnamon. Mm. Excuse me. One more bite. I got to be careful. I don't want this to be my dinner.
Oh, it's totally healthy.
Is it? Oh, okay. So we got that one done. Um, mm. Now, I don't know if you knew this or not. Are these recipes proprietary?
Uh,
Because
no,
you can
because
trademark, trademark them.
I haven't trademarked them yet. I've thought about it. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like part of what I bring to the table, so to speak, is you know I know how to bake them the right temperature. I get them the right
Mm,
kind of consistency. Look, if somebody wants to make a cookie like I make, Okay, sure. Um, but it's I think about it like, yeah, could I make a pizza? Sure, but I'd rather go get pizza because I'd rather get from somebody who really knows what they're doing.
Right,
Not,
right.
not that making cookies is that tough. I mean, look, I will share that one of a couple of the secrets I do with my oatmeal cookies. One is I toast the oats before I use them.
Ah,
So I put them in the oven for 10 minutes at 350. Um, and it just gives them a little something extra. Uh, and then I also use, not everybody does this, I use molasses in my cookie recipe.
mm. I was trying to palm this off on Carol, but she's holding out for the chocolate. I know her. Mm,
Now I didn't send one over, but I do also make a oatmeal chocolate chip because my wife and my son prefer chocolate chips in their oatmeal cookies. I am an oatmeal raisin person. I know that there is a debate, but my attitude is, why are you going to put oats in my chocolate chip cookie?
mm. But
I would much rather have raisins, but you know, that's okay. I'll make the cookie for them too.
got it. We have a hello from Marcia Steed in Ohio. And thank you very much, Marcia, for tuning in. If you have any comments about cookies, let us know. All right, I'm reaching into the bag. Now, Carol, I think, I don't, you didn't know, you didn't have this one. This is a standard chocolate chip cookie. And by the way, this is my cheat sheet because there are 16 varieties. We're just going to look at a couple. All right, I'm going to open this up. Now, the oatmeal cookie was moist. So when I buy these from you, Matt, do they come moist? I mean, are they made so that, or do you bake them so that they still, they're not crumbly like the
And they're
stuff you
baked to
get at
order.
they're
So they're
baked to
baked to
order.
order. And then if I'm shipping them, then I will pack them like you've seen and ship them 2 or 3 day. The cookie will be good and soft for about a week. But after that, if you're going to be any longer than that, you can freeze them and then just thaw them out and they're fine.
Ooh, all right. Chocolate chip, nice and melty. Now, are these semi-sweet?
Those are milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate. Okay. Is there such a thing as white chocolate, Matt?
The, uh,
I know you make them.
you know, potato. Is that technically chocolate? No. The Europeans would tell us that a lot of the things we sell here as chocolate aren't
It's
chocolate
not
according to
chocolate.
Europe.
Yes.
So, you know, uh, to each his own. I will call things white chocolate.
I don't. We're not going to be tasting any white chocolate today, but it just tastes sweet to me. There's no.
Oh, see, I really like white chocolate. I'm a big fan.
Do you like dark chocolate too?
Uh, I like white chocolate more.
Wow.
And milk chocolate. I have an extreme sweet tooth, so um, and always have, and it has not let up at all as I've gotten older. So uh, I will eat dark chocolate, but it's not my go-to.
What about your son and your wife?
Um, Gabriel, my son, has a sweet tooth like I do, so he will have more. He doesn't really want the dark chocolates, but my wife will have it. She has
Got
far
it.
less of a sweet tooth, so it actually can be tricky getting her to try cookies because she's not always in the mood.
Ah, we'll have to talk to
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
I'm going to take another bite. Again, moist, chocolatey, mm, really nice. All right.
Yeah, and I like to do my cookies where they're on the chewy side. I know some people like crispy cookies, um, or really crunchy cookies. I like mine to be soft and chewy.
I do too. You
So
can buy.
when I make mine, I use a little bit of cornstarch and an extra egg yolk.
Ooh, oh, that's and not the white.
No, I'll do two eggs, but one just has just the yolk. I take the white
Got
out,
it.
and that
Got it.
adds two eggs would be too much, right? That would
Right.
make it too wet. Um, but the extra yolk adds just enough to keep it chewy.
In commercial cookies that you buy in a market, that they say chewy on them and moist and all that, they have chemicals that they add, which I really don't like. I mean, there are some things that you can't do without, and you need them, but I don't want the chemicals. I try to stay with, non-GMO, for example, no chemicals. You do that as well, as much
I
as you
try to as
can.
much as I can, as much as I can. With the big commercial bakeries that are making thousands of cookies a day, I have to imagine that the process is such that they're probably, if I had to think about it, I'm sure that they're taking their regular cookie output and adding something to it to make it softer rather than change their whole manufacturing, right? Um, okay. I try and keep mine. Part of it is I try to keep my ingredients as simple as I can, and I'm working on finding, the healthiest, simplest ingredients that I can, partly because I have to list out everything that's in the cookie
Sure,
on each label. So, if I'm looking at two flowers, for instance, I want the one that's got less stuff in it because that's going to make my life easier just from the standpoint of making the label.
got it. All right, I'm reaching in. We've had the oatmeal raisin. This, I think, is what Carol tried yesterday. And this is a triple chocolate and peanut butter chip. Is this the one you tried?
Yes.
Yes. And Carol gave it a thumbs up, which is
Great.
hard. Um, you mentioned, crispy cookies, and I was thinking of Chips Ahoy. I think that, and I think it's Nabisco. There's so much junk in there, and um, and they just don't taste good. They never did, even as a kid. But it was the only chocolate chip cookies we could get, unless Mom made some, and that didn't happen a lot. All right,
Right.
look at this. This is decadent.
Oh
This
yeah.
is all right. Let's go for the sniff test. I smell the peanut butter or the peanut chips. I love the chocolate. That's a dark chocolate in
It's
here,
a
or
semi-sweet chocolate. So I make that with
semi-sweet.
the three chocolates that are in there are from cocoa powder, and I melt a whole bar, no, 2 bars of semi-sweet chocolate, uh, and then semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Got it. Wow. Here we go. Before I even swallow, it's exploding in my mouth. It's so good. Mm. I get to finish this one. She ate the whole one. This is
Well, now you have your
delicious.
whole one all to yourself.
I do. Mm. What has become your most popular cookie?
Probably the chocolate chip. That's probably the one that people order the most. I do get a little surprised. The one that I've made a lot of is something called a cowboy cookie. which is an old like 40s and 50s recipe, and that's uh, coconut, and it's an oatmeal cookie that's got coconut and pecans and uh, semi-sweet chocolate chips. And
Mm.
that one is one that um, I'm always a little surprised that as many people uh, order that as they do. And then there's somebody who continues to order a couple of uh, white chocolate macadamia cookies.
I won't hold that against them. Um, Marcia is a functional practitioner, and she's recommending avoiding processed foods. Now, these are not processed, and Marcia, you can write us. They're baked. They're not processed with like sodium nitrates, which I can't believe that baked goods. Some baked goods have that in there, and they've been found to be carcinogenic. So, you know, terrible. I think I'm at the end. Yeah, I have two cookies left. Isn't that a cute bag? Yeah, I have another chocolate chip cookie and an oatmeal raisin.
Well, I saved the other ones for our next appearance because I didn't want to
You, you,
give them all at
no.
once.
So I'm going to read your menu if I may,
Okay,
and then I promise that we're going to double this if you'll let me.
I'm
But
looking forward to it.
I have to really think. We've got the chocolate chip, red velvet, and white chocolate chip. Uh, the M&M cookie. Kids would really like that one, right?
My
Is that
nephews,
because?
especially,
Yeah,
love that
right.
one.
I was going to say because you're a kid at heart,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, and toffee. I think that's your wife's. She
So
likes that
that's
one.
related to my wife's, but yeah, the toffee adds a little something to the chocolate chip. That was an experiment. I just was. Jen likes toffee. She talked about how she used to love the score bars. So I found some
Yeah.
uh, toffee bits, and I thought, okay, well, let's try that. And it adds a I almost want to say umami taste, and that's not really right, but it adds a depth to it that makes it, yeah, it's a
Oh,
little bit different. It's good.
wow. I'll have to try that one. We have Jen's special, which is chocolate chip, toffee, and salted caramel chip. I have to tell you something. I've got to get this off my chest. There's a chain, a cookie chain, and I have two complaints. Uh, Complaint one is that everything seems to be salted, and they use these big crystals of salt. And I know that this is a way of cooking right now, not only in cookings but in entrees and things like that. I think and it's too much. They make a reasonable chocolate chip cookie, but it's salty. We couldn't eat them, and they're over $5 a piece. It's yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was
I use a little bit of salt in my recipes, but that's, just a little bit. I know that people like to put big hunks of salt on their baked goods, and that has its place, sure. But this is the cookie. This Gen Special is the one that got it all started. This was the one that
wow,
I was trying to recreate for her. Was a chocolate chip cookie that had salted caramel in it, and so I had worked on that, and I had trouble sourcing good salted caramel chips. So I was cutting up caramels and like pressing salt into them to get it right,
wow.
and then added a little bit of toffee. And when I had it, I thought, oh, this is the cookie. This is the one for her, and she loves it.
Yeah, I would like that too. We've got a triple chocolate and white chocolate chip, oatmeal chocolate chip. I would love that one. Uh, John's special, um, oatmeal, uh, dried cranberries and white chocolate chips, That
John
would
is a
be
very
kind.
good friend of mine who lives in
Mm.
Hawaii, and he turned me on to
Ah,
making that. He said, I'm working on cookies. What's your favorite? And he said, oh, white chocolate and cranberry. So I did
interesting.
on an oatmeal, and so I did that, and it's great. That one is really, really popular.
Macadamia nut and white chocolate. Peanut butter chocolate chip, outstanding. We tried that. No, we didn't. We tried the triple chocolate and peanut butter chip, outstanding. Chocolate, 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 chocolate. I can't wait for that one. Birthday cake chocolate chip. It's very pretty. You can't see it, but it is pretty. The cowboy cookie. I need to borrow your readers. Oatmeal, coconut, pecans, and semi sweet chocolate chips. And that would be something that Roy Rogers would like.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Or
That's what they
Trigger.
were. That's what they were serving
Oh,
at the OK Corral.
oh, got it. Got it. And then we talked about snickerdoodles as well. These are fabulous cookies, really.
Thank you.
And again, if you want to order them, here's how to do it. You just go to uh, whowantsacookiela.com. Whowantsacookiela.com. And I'll probably keep my 2 cents out of this and not give Matt another 16 recipes for cookies because I'm liable to throw garlic into it.
That
And
could be
that,
interesting.
and well, they make garlic ice cream,
Yeah,
right? Matt, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and look forward. We'll do this again soon. Okay.
absolutely. Because I've got more cookies in development. So,
Oh, good.
uh, yeah,
And,
I am working on. Uh, I have to get the labels approved by the county, but the ones in the hopper right now are gluten-free versions of almost everything there, and vegan versions of most of the cookies.
what
The vegan difference.
you can't. Well, I can't. I mean, unless you're putting chicken fat into the cookies. Uh,
Well, so for instance, I put eggs in the cookies, right? So if I'm using,
ah,
I'll use flaxseed meal to bind the ingredients together, and I don't need egg because you're not really tasting the egg in a cookie.
no.
So I'll use flaxseed meal, but the first batch of vegan chocolate chip cookies I made came out terrific. I was very happy with those. And then I have some new flavors. I have a lemon crinkle I'm working on, a Oreo cheesecake,
Ooh,
so some various good fun cookies. And the new one I'm working on that I'm really excited about is I call it the Pina Cookie Lotta. It is coconut and pineapple.
ooh. Oh, excuse me. Allergy season, folks. Um, and I'm not allergic to either coconut or pineapple. Uh, oh, that sounds good. Is that what's the cookie part of that?
So the cookie is a base dough like I would be making for my chocolate chip cookie dough, but I add toasted pineapple flakes to it. The toasted pineapple made is changes the consistency. I know a lot of people don't like. In fact, I don't particularly care for pineapple in my cookies because I don't like the texture of the uncooked pineapple or just I mean, sorry, coconut. A lot of people don't like coconut in their baked goods, and I don't really care for it because the texture I don't like, but
Mm-hmm.
the toasted coconut, it's a whole different
Ooh,
animal, whole different animal. And so I add that, and I replace instead of vanilla extract, I use coconut extract, and then
ooh,
I have uh, dried pineapple pieces that I put in. And like I do
wow.
with my chocolate chip cookies, it becomes a question of how much is too much chocolate chip or how much is too much pineapple to put in this cookie so that it'll still stick together.
There's I can answer the one about chocolate. There's never too much chocolate.
As long as the cookie
Period.
will still maintain the cookie shape.
Yes.
But
That
when
well,
I
you
make my
can melt
cookies,
it in.
I use a lot of chocolate chips in my cookies.
Got it. Well, Matt, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do you have to now get off and cook dinner?
Soon, soon,
Soon.
yes.
Yes. Um, Thank you very much. Hold
Thanks
on,
for having me.
okay?
Always a treat to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, Matt. Thank you very much. Um, when I was interviewing, leave Matt there because I want to see if he gets embarrassed. Your uncle told me you were one of the nicest people he's ever met.
Oh, that's very kind of him.
Yes, he told me that before I was interviewing you the first time.
Ken is probably the smartest person I know, with my wife being a
Mm.
close second. But Ken is probably the single smartest person I know in my life.
He is he is an incredible human being.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy him a lot.
yeah, he's a good
Should have
guy.
him back. I should have
Yeah,
him cook with no green bell pepper. Yeah,
agreed. Have him
agreed.
make some Lebanese dishes. Have him tackle some Lebanese stuff from the other
Ooh,
side of it, because those are really good dishes too, and none of that has green pepper in it.
no, and I love things like tabbouleh and
Tabbouleh. There's a dish that we I grew up on called kibanea, and it's finely ground raw lamb with tahini in it,
ooh.
with olive oil and toasted pine nuts on top. Oh, oh, yeah, I grew up
No,
on that.
now you can make that for dinner,
Yeah, it's not a bad
right?
idea. You don't even have to cook.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, it sounds delicious. Mm. All right, we're going to put you in the green room. We'll be back in a second. Let me tell you what's happening in the next couple of weeks. Speaking of Southern food, we're going to be doing an etouffee in a few weeks that's vegan, okay, with an author and whose name is Ellen Canner, and I'm looking forward to that. We're also going to be doing in the next couple of weeks a wine tasting for the upcoming Jewish holidays, and I'm looking forward to that. We've been doing that for the last few years through the courtesy of Royal Wines. So I thank you very much. Let me thank uh, Story Merchants. Yes. Okay. Story Merchants for loaning us Matt. Melissa's, we didn't have any vegetables in our cookies, but we love you guys. So thank you very much, Melissa's. And of course, B and U, uh, makers of honey products that are also for the skincare as well as ingestibles. So we thank you for that. And I thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Uh, we'll be back in next week. See you then. Bye bye.